Well, I'm gonna introduce myself. My name is they call me Coach Rod, and I'm a business funding and credit specialist. I focus on helping people leverage their credit to build wealth with their business. Showing them different ways how to, like this meeting is about, teaching people how to get 50K in business funding. Um, I think it's a loss. It's something that's not in our community a lot. We're not being taught, and a lot of times people are teaching it with the wrong motives. And so I've been given the task, my Heavenly Father has given me the task to share with people how to build a business using other people's money, OPMs. Um, I've been in this space for about 10 years. I own a credit repair business. And now, I've been doing the funding company for the last 2 years. And so my thing is, I just want to help entrepreneurs understand that it's money out there, but you have to do certain things you got to do to position yourself to get the money. It's not you just hit a button and you have the money coming to you. You got access to 50. It's not about having all that money in your bank account. It's about having access to money. That's the thing. Having access when you need it. And so I was, tonight I'm gonna show you how to get 0% interest cards, business cards, and how to set up your personal credit to get the funding that you need to grow your business, to get the building, for marketing, whatever. And so the first thing I want to go over is how to set up, and this is the most important part about getting that 50K, is setting up your personal credit profile, not your score, but credit, your personal credit profile. And so basically it's about having the right data points. And so as you look through your credit, you have to look at it and say, it's basically you have to have four open primary accounts. Four. So basically it broke down to a long-term installment, a short-term installment, and two credit cards. Because payment history makes up 35% of your credit score. Revolving credit makes up 30%. So that's a 650 right there. Now you add in credit mixture, inquiries, and credit age. But you gotta have those four installments. The long-term installment is 36 months or longer. Short-term installments are they're 36 months or shorter. So like a long-term installment is, like a mortgage, car loan. So you got a personal loan, student loans. Student loans are good, um, especially when you're trying to get business funding. Student loans are good. Short terms are like you get a little personal loan. You might have a car loan that is like 24 months. Those are short term. Um, and you also need those credit cards. You got to have credit cards, at least two. I'll two. I'll say minimum three. And the reason why you need credit cards, because the credit cards are evolving every month. It's evolving every month. Hold a second. Yeah. The credit cards are evolving every month, so it's very important to get credit cards. And I have a couple. You have subprime. It's called subprime credit card companies. People that focus on people with bad credit. Then you also have starter credit cards. Then you have mid tier credit cards. That's the one where you get the reward points. So those are the things that you need to get when you want to get that 50K in funding. You got to set up your personal profile the right way. You can't have any deletions. You can't have any collections. You can't have any bankruptcy. You need a clean file. Because what happened in 2021, when Corona hit, the banks thought everybody was committing fraud. Everybody was coming after committing fraud with these telling people they got banks. So the companies, these funding companies, they tighten up on how much money they're giving out for businesses because everybody's committed fraud. So they're very tight on how to give their money out now. The thing is, how I tell people is the cherry spot for your credit score has to be a 680. to get that type of good funding that you need for your business. 680. Um, you need the minimum is you need about 2 credit cards that are $2,500 or more. The reason why I say that is if you got a $300 credit card and you're asking the bank to give you $30,000 or $50,000, they're going to look at you and say, you only can manage $300. So they want you to have like kind of a high credit card usage or limits so that they feel more safer trusting you with their money. And so that's one of the stipulations. You got to have $25 to $5,000 credit card limits, and they have to be between one. I'll say under 30. Let's say 35%, but the cherry spot is between 1 to 9. That's when you get the best approvals for your credit. You get the best approvals from 1 to 9% of credit card utilization. So it's very important that you keep your utilization very low. No late payments in the last 24 months. So if you had any late payments during that time, you can't get that $150,000. Um, like I said, no bankruptcies, no, the data points are, the short-term loans, no charge-offs, no collections. It's almost like your credit has to be squeaky clean. So it's very important, man. And plus, it's something that we call check systems. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but check system is where the banks have an internal credit report on you. So they can go in the system and see how many banks you have defaulted on. So it's very important that you check, like you like, say if you had an account 2 years ago with Bank of America and you let it go in default, and it's not on your credit, but it's in the check system account. And so that's something that the banks check. If you have those, like, say if you're trying to go get a bank account, make sure your check system is okay. The second thing I want to talk about, and I'm going through it very quickly, is setting up your business profile, your name, your name, your address, your emails. With the name, you don't want your name to be Miss. What is your business name, Miss Melise? How you say your name again? What's your business name?
It's currently Aoife Shiles Healing Arts, but I'm considering going with something a little bit different.
Like what?
Like MIE LLC, something simple like that.
Got you. And so I will tell you that'll be perfect. The reason why it'll be perfect because sometimes when you're doing business, your business can be high risk. And you don't want your name to be high risk because that steps you on how much funding you can get for your business. So that name will be perfect. Do you have a dance studio?
I have had one, yes.
So what address are you going to use?
My home address.
So their address. You can use that for now. They're kind of letting that, a lot of times, where they're letting that go. Because of, like I said, during Corona here, they're kind of more lenient with people using their home address. But the thing is, though, with your business, when people pull your business name up, they find out where your address is at because it's public information. So you got to be careful. So, it's other places you can get business addresses. Like you got Opus, you got the Opus, Regis. There's certain other places that you can get business address. Email, you got to have a business email. You got to have business phone number. You got to have register with 411. You got to have a website. Then you go and get your E&I number and your Secretary of State. The reason why you do it that way is the reason why you get all that business name, address. So when you put it on your E&I and you register with the Secretary of State, it all's gonna match. It has to match. And so if anything is, so when you're trying to go get funding, if anything is not in order, it's like they're gonna disapprove. If everything is not matching, they're gonna throw you out. So it's very important that you have everything matching when you're trying to go get funding for your business. And like I said, with the personal credit, that personal credit is the most important piece. It's very important that you get everything straight on your personal side, because that will determine. I know I seen people get $150,000 their first time. So it's very important that you get all your data points on your personal side. Then you structure your business credit the right way. Now let's go into funding. Let's go into funding. Now, when you go into funding, it's called a sequence. It's called a sequence, and it's not a horizontal sequence. It's a straight across sequence. So basically, how we do it in this business is, and this is how people get the $50,000. They don't tell people, but this is how they get the money. So what they do is they go to a bank that has TransUnion. They go to a bank that has Experian, and they go to a bank that has Equifax. And so they go in there and they get, say, $15,000 from, say, Bank of America, because they pose from Equifax. They get $15,000 from Navy Federal, because they pull from Experian. Then they go get another $20,000 from, say, Chase, excuse me, because they're pulling from Experian. So you got $50,000. Now the trick is, you can do that 3 times, because that's only one inquiry. It's only one inquiry. You can get up to 3 inquiries, and those banks are not communicate with each other. So in one sitting, one day, you can get about $50,000 to $150,000. But I just show you that one sequence on how to get $50,000 in one pop. But everything has to line up. Everything has to be in order so that you can get that type of money. So you got to know the sequence. What bank pulls from what bank? What bank pulls for this bank? What bank pulls for this bank? And you got to have your credit, your personal credit, because they're going to pull. It's called a PG. You call it a PG. Basically, where you they're going to look at your personal credit, and your personal credit is going to be a personal guaranteed. That's PG. That's what I mean, PG. Personal guaranteed, saying that, okay, this is my credit, this is my credit score, this is how much I'm going to give you. Um, and I want you to what bank do you deal with now, ma'am?
I have an account with Bank of America. I just went through some stuff with Chase. So as you say that, I'm like, oh, let me get my stuff together with Chase. And uh Capital One.
Capital One. Okay. Um, I would tell you, one thing I tell people is, do you have a Navy Federal near you?
I do not. Oh, yeah, I do.
Any type of credit union.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and because what I was going to do is, I was going to tell you a couple banks right now and to see what your pre-approval was. I'm gonna put it in the chat, and I want y'all to see what they tell you right now. I'm gonna put it in the chat right here. Let's see. It's called. Type that in. Dover Federal Credit Union. I should have had the link for y'all.
And these are soft pulls?
Yeah, they're soft pulls.
Okay.
And these are some of the cards, but some of the cards you can approve for. But and they're on the personal side. But say you don't have enough credit, so that's why I tell you, get these ones. And one of these has like the cashback rewards points. So you get so like when you make purchases, you get the cash back on them. Another one we have is Wings Financial. That's also a credit union, and it's a soft pull. Y'all can try it. Yes, I do have affiliate. Yeah, but you need to get in you need to get in Navy Federal. But still, you need to get in Navy Federal.
So I heard you mentioning this. I was wondering, like, did us or did we maybe have to be a dependent of someone who's in the military? to start using
No,
that bank?
it's easier than that. You know, this this tomorrow, I will tell you get in touch with me, and I'll show you how to get into Navy Federal. It's a
Okay,
easy. You're trying to get with them.
I thought about it.
Yeah, you have one close by you.
I'm not sure. I've never checked here.
Okay, because I can look in your area and see what's a good Navy credit union near you. Because for one thing, they give better interest rates. They give better business interest rates. They give better. They got mostly better products, and so
Okay.
um, they can help you out. So you tried it now, Miss?
I'm actually gonna wait because I know I have some things I need to clean up
Okay,
as
okay,
well.
okay, 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 okay. Yeah, so these are the things, and so basically what happens is, and I will tell y'all, and I want to, I don't want to put everybody's personal, so I would tell y'all let's tap into more of a one-on-one, and I can give you like the banks, because what has to happen is you have to build a relationship with them. These banks have an internal score. A lot of times they don't base it on your credit score. They base it on your internal score. Like when you make deposits, how you pay your credit cards off, what kind of, CD you have with them. And so, once you have that, then they can give you more funding or more money, a better credit cards. Because I teach people who are starting their business to get credit cards. We also have something called alternative lenders. Alternative lenders, that's where they charge you a very high interest rate. And if you're just starting out, you don't need a high interest rate. You can get some money with let's say with a like an 850 credit score, but your interest rate is going to be like 50%, and you got to pay that daily. It's called an MCA. You don't want an MCA because so many people are they're hurting people. And so what I try to share with people is getting those credit cards with 0% interest. Um, you got 0% for 12 months. You got 0% for 15 months. So you're not, say you get a credit card that is, say, $20,000. So you got 15 months. You can run it up, build your business. Then what you can do is just say your payment, you run it up, you use the whole $25,000, $20,000 in the first month. Your payment might be $250. But the key to it is use the money wisely. So when that 15-month ends, you're not paying all that money back. So that's what people are doing to buy real estate, to buy businesses, to buy, getting all things, using these 0% interest credit cards so that they can get funding and fund their business without them hurting themselves. And so that's the things I want to show y'all is how to straighten up your personal credit, how to leverage your personal credit, make it a personal guarantee. Then you go into how to structure your business and the sequence of how to get $50,000 to $150,000. It's the money is out there, but we got to take the steps to make it happen. And we got to establish these relationships with these banks so that these banks can give us all the money that we need to get started. We got to establish, like I put two banks up there, a couple of my clients recently, they got like $25,000 from them. You know, you just sometimes you just don't know. You just don't know sometimes. I applied I told one of my clients earlier, they got applied for $3,000. You know, it just and it's those reward points. And see what the great thing about those reward points and those cash back is I want y'all to get in a place where y'all start getting those. Stop using your debit card. See, your debit card is not giving you cash back. Your debit card is not giving you cash back. So when you use your business card is your that credit card is giving you cash back. So every time you use it, you're getting points. And so you might get airline points. You might can use it for your groceries. You might can use it for, any daily life. So then you pay it back before the statement date. And I tell you the statement date and the due date. When you have credit cards, the statement date is what. And if y'all have credit cards, I want y'all to go do this probably tonight or tomorrow. Go look at your credit card statement and see what date it says the statement date. The statement date is when your credit card company is sending your information to the credit bureaus. It's not on the due date. So say you max out your credit card on, you say you got a $500 credit card and you max it out, and it reports that you max it out, but you paid the whole $500 on the due date. The next month, you're gonna say, why my credit score ain't going up? I paid the whole thing. No, you paid it too late. You got to pay it on the statement date. The statement date, and I always tell people pay it like 2 days before the statement date, so that your credit score the credit bureau will see that you paid it on time. But the due date is the date that you're supposed to pay it. But the statement date is the date that you need to pay it. So if y'all got credit cards, check your statement date and see when it's going in and see when they're reporting to the credit bureau. It's very important because that will determine your credit score too. You wonder, why my credit score going? I'm paying my cards on time. Yeah, you're paying them on time, but you're paying them on the due date, not the statement date. So it's very important that we understand the statement date more than the due date. Any questions for me? Any questions, ma'am? Gotcha. What I want to do, because that's all I got tonight. I'm very quick because I like to set up more one-on-ones because I don't like to discuss people's personal information online. I just like to give you the gist of what needs to be done. I'm gonna send you a link, both of y'all a link, and I'm actually, I want to go over y'all more in detail what needs to be done, how I can help you go through this situation, go get the funding that you need to get your business off the ground, set up your business name, things like that, so that you can accomplish more faster. I always tell people, how long would it take you to save $50,000? A while.
Yeah.
How long would it take you to get your credit right so you can get $50,000, have access to $50,000? About a year or two. If your credit is bad, it's about a year or two. If you do the right thing, it takes you about 2 years to get access to $50,000, where you can't save that in 2 years. Now, I'm not saying you can't, but what I'm saying is it's going to be a lot more effort. All thing you got to do is just focus on getting your credit right. And so I just want to show y'all the way how you can get access to $50,000 to $100,000 in, let's say, a year or maybe 6 months. Maybe if you just move this, get this moved off, add this, and that's all it is. It's adding and removing things, and you'll start seeing and paying things on time. You'll actually see how your scores can go up, man. It can change, and it's life changing. It's life changing. So I'm gonna send Miss how you say your name again, Marissa?
Okay, I'm gonna give you a clue. So it's as though you own the continent of Asia. My Asia.
My Asia. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm not good with names, man. Miss
It's
My
all
Asia.
good.
I'm not good with names. So what I'm gonna do you want to get on the one-on-one, Miss My Asia?
I would love it. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna send you a link, and I'm gonna send you a link tonight. And y'all set up a time to jump on me with a one-on-one, and I'll actually show y'all how to, what to do, the next step on how to kind of build out your business and get your stuff rocking and rolling, man.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Any questions for me, Miss My Asia?
Not right this minute.
Not right this minute.
I'm excited to meet with you.
Yeah. So we're gonna jump on a Zoom call, and I do this every first and third. No, yeah, first and third Monday. I throw a meeting like this, and it's gonna be different every time. It's gonna be for business owners funding. I'll be more in depth. Like, we don't have a crowd of people. I'd have went more in depth, but we don't have a crowd of people. So I'll say let's jump on a one-on-one call, because I had more notes right here, but I kind of ran through it because if more people supposed to show up, but it didn't. But I want to do a one-on-one with y'all, and actually show y'all what I can do, how I can help y'all get y'all business off the ground. So